So if you remember from last class, we set up the controls. We don't have all the attributes for the foot control set up. We have our movement, we have our placement, we have our IKs in here controlling our skeletons. So what we're going to go ahead and do is start getting some of this stuff set up, get some of our groups in place, and moving forward from there. And right now we have the move me. We should have our joints group. In our scale, we have our joints group, and inside there we have our skeleton. And so I'm going to take my move me, and I'm just going to start with here, and I'm going to kind of bounce around a little bit, and you'll see what I'm doing. So I'm going to take the move me, and we have our skeleton. Select that. And the skeleton, I want to make sure that my center pivot is where the CLG is. It is. So we select this, select the skeleton, constrain, and we're going to do a parent constraint. Now, I'm going to take my move me, move that to itself, modify, center its pivot, and now I'm going to select the place me. Oh, let's name this group. We're going to take this, get our move me group, constrain, and we're going to do a parent constraint. There we go. Now, also remember, last class we did the neck. We got the eyes working, the eye controls working. We got it working with this. We got our emotes control working. And let's go ahead, and now I'm going to drop down to the feet, and more specifically this foot control. So modify, and we're going to add an attribute. Feet cons. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about the nice name. This is just going to be a displayable. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to have our roles. Displayable. And we need our toe roll. Heel roll. Ball roll. Our pivots. Toe pivot. Heel pivot. And we have our flops displayable. Toe flop. I'm going to do the knee control, knee mount. I'm just making a decision if I want to do a non-flip knee, and I think we should, so that you have experience doing it. going to take this, group it to itself. I'm going to do a duplicate special, a long X, boom. We're going to rename this group, and we're going to name it LT FootCon. We're going to take them out of here. We're going to hit modify, freeze transformations, and we're good to go. Alright, so we have our IKs for our feet. Let's go ahead and get these in their groups. So we have 1, 2, 3. Let's group them together. I am going to take this group. This is just going to be my main IK group that they're all reside in, and I am going to snap that. Well, actually, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to create a locator. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to constrain my locator to the X and Z of my ankle here. I want to keep this along 0 along the Y space, and I'm just using this as position. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to select this. We're going to go to constrain. We're going to do a point constraint. We don't want maintain offsets on, and instead of constrain all axes, I'm just going to constrain X and Z and hit apply. So it stays there. That's what I want. Let's do this again with the other one. Select this, the locator, same thing. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do with my new group that I've created, I'm going to take this insert point and snap it to that locator there. And this is my RTIK group. Alright, we're going to select these 3 again. This is going to be my toe group, and I'm going to snap that. Actually, I'm going to snap that to the toe joint. Let's select these again. I'm going to select this insert point, and I'm going to snap that group to my heel. This is my heel group, and then I'm going to take where this locator is. And I'm going to select these 2, group them together, and then I'm going to snap that where my ball is. And now we're going to select this one, group it to itself, and that pivot point is going to go where the ball is as well too. And this is my toe. Let's do this side. So I can group, group, group. This is my LT IK group, and that will go there. This will be my toe group. That will go there. This will be my heel group. I'm going to put that there. Let's rename it. Alright. We have these 2 here, the ball and the leg. Group that together. That's my toe flop. That's going to go to the ball. let's do one first and then we'll finish up. All right. So we have this here, and I'm going to go faster because we've been through this before, and we also don't have the same amount of time. So I'm going to set my handle, my group, constraint, parent constraint. We'll do the same thing here in my LT group, parent constraint. We're going to load this in. Select the toe group and toe roll. I'm looking for my rotation. There we go. So toe roll is going to control X. Toe pivot is going to control Y. Let's do our heel. And heel roll. X, heel pivot, Y, ball roll, X, and then the toe group, I'm sorry, the flop. Oh, I didn't name this flop. That's going to be X'd. That works. That works. That works. That works. That works. That works. Cool. Let's do this again. Toe roll, X, pivot, Y, heel roll, ball roll, toe flop, cool. Alright, so now we're going to do our non-flip knee. And at this point, I also should be able to take this, move this down, and have it move. Now, granted, we're getting that. I have no idea what's going on. All right, the noise. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We see here, this is supposed to be an IK handle. We want to make sure that this is RP, and it is. And what we have here is we have our offset, we have our roll, we have our twist, and we have this here, our pole vector information. So here, what we're going to do is I'm going to zero that out, and along X, not X. We're going to make that 0.001. And the reason why we want this is I want it to face inward. And what we're going to do is we're going to pump in something into the offset to fix that. All right. So let's get this started. So we have this here, the knee control, and we have the amount. And what I'm going to do is Windows, I'm going to go to Hypergraph Connections. And what we're going to do is create a render node. The render node that we want is a utility, and we want the plus minus average utility. And what we're going to plus minus average, we hit this, is our two controls here. We want the average of these two controls to get pumped into here. And this is a 1D. Oh no, we want this. Okay, so we're going to take this here, we're going to take our single, and we're going to take our knee, wow, that, we're going to drop that in there. One D, one. We're going to take our single amount, right click 1D, 0. And now what we're going to do is we're going to pump this. We want to get our IK for our leg, and we want to pump that value into the twist of the leg, and we wanted to get it so that it is going to make it so that the leg becomes straight again. Right now it's out to the side, and that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and we can select this. I can use the connection editor, or I can use this editor. It doesn't matter. And we're going to graph these two, and I'm going to take my 1D, and we're going to place that into the twist of that. Now I'm going to take this amount, and I'm going to manipulate it until the leg is straight again. About right there, whatever the amount is. Sometimes people put, 90, 80. I've never really gotten the true amount that I needed out of that. But it looks like 130 might be the golden ticket for me, and I can always go back and fix that. And then I'm going to lock this. I'm not going to manipulate this, because what I want to manipulate is my actual knee control. And then when I go down, I have this. It's still going in a little bit, and I think because I didn't set that, but I have my knee control now. And what should happen is, as I go down more and more and more, the knee should not wig out as much when it passes through itself. You got to be kidding me. Almost done. All right. So I have a problem here. Can anybody tell me what my problem is? Exactly. So let's see if I can. Oh, I can do it there. Good. What about here? Nope. So, and that's because that's in a group. All right, cool. So we're gonna have to get rid of this here, and we'll do the other knee in a second. All right, there we go. All right, let's do this one again. Any questions about this before I move on? So we're going to take this, clear all that out, do negative 0.1. That makes it go in. And let's select this. Let's go back to here. And we're going to create a render node. Oops, before I do that, let's graph this. And let's create a render node. We want the plus minus average. On my plus minus average, we don't want sum, we want a average. We could, well, I actually have used sum before, if you actually just want to see what that looks like. And then I have to change this amount. Yeah, if I do sum, yeah, let's switch that to sum. Select it. So have that, that's a little bit more. Yeah, we're going to change it to sum. That's a lot better. All right. So let's do it again. I'm going to take my foot con, single, my knee. We're going to pump that in there into the 1D. I'm going to do it again, single, amount. We're going to pump that into the 1D, 1. I'm going to make a slight change and use sum. Then I want to select my IK for this. Select that. Let's graph these two. And then I'm going to take my 1D output of 1D, and that is going to go into my twist. Now this is still there. We're going to change this to 90. It goes back. Still have our knee to use. And then we lock this. We're going to hide it later, but we're going to lock it. Now when we come down, it's going backwards. So let's see what's going on. I think what I need to do instead of this, yeah, let's go, instead of negative, let's keep it positive for that second one. There we go. And I think I'm going to go ahead and change it for this one as well too. Oh no, that's positive. I want it negative. Unlock this. There we go. Let's lock it back. they're starting to flip out once I get here. Still flipping the way I don't want. Alright. I'm going to do two things. Yeah. They're staying the same when they pass through each other, so it's not flipping out. We'll keep it as is. Alright. Questions about that? Alright. Now, for these two controls, I'm going to put them in their own little group. IK, cons. And now we got to do our IKFK switch.